How's it going, Leo? If you have any questions about the giveaway, feel free to ask. Let Sephiroth operate the terminal. No. I love the immediate music that played in Remake when you got to the reactor. It's makes you feel back in the Remake, back at home. I'm not used to having to press again here. Alright, so this is a new materia, level boost materia. It's a very strange materia. I like the idea, though. Gives you access to a better spell early. Can barely hear any music. Is it too quiet? Yeah, it looks good on my end. I just have to crank it on your end. I was not expecting to do this, but now I'm glad I did. I should actually look at the audio. Do they... Just starts at 10. I really wish more games would start at like 8, so you could crank it more if your setup is quiet. Luckily, the game doesn't seem very quiet, so that's good, because a lot of PS5 games are freaking super quiet and I have to crank all my settings. This actually looks pretty good. Alright, time to use Punisher to its full potential.
Not looking good.
What if I could just do this?
Let's finish this. Brace yourself. Gotta say, that one felt pretty good.
Almost killed me too. Boy packs a wallop. Yeah, I was trying to perfect block, so...
The reactor may have been around for a while.
I took
There are
damage.
still pockets of Mako gas all over the mountain. Try not to breathe it in.
Don't want to get Mako poisoning.
Wait, what are you saying? If Mushroom wins, I should give it to Marsh instead? Okay. Sounds good. Time for the best part of the game! Vacuum time! We get some hype in the chat for vacuum time. Vacuum percent. Dude, chat was wilding out during the vacuum section in the demo. It's pretty great. This guy sucks. I mean, I don't know. Square Enix likes to do stuff like that. I'm fine with it. They just like their little gimmicks. It would have been fine if the puzzle actually got interesting, but the second puzzle is just open the door and then do it. So it's like, whatever. I expected it to get more interesting and it didn't, so now it's just kind of a waste of time. The giveaway is not until we beat the game. So you have till now until the end of the credits. If you gift at least one sub over the next month, or however long it takes us, you'll be entered. And then if you're new, all you gotta do is hit that Twitch Prime or get gifted a sub or hit your own sub and you'll be entered into the grand prize. And you have from now until we beat the game, so you have quite a while. Probably won't take us a month. I'm hoping to rush through within the next 2 weeks, at least just the story. Then we'll be playing for a long time, but would be nice to get through the story relatively quickly, just so we don't have to
Come on.
keep the chat clean that whole time, because I know it's a bit frustrating. I apologize to everyone, but just remember, mods are here to keep the chat, you know, clean, just so that the Let's Play is as good as it can be. Don't take it personally if you get timed out. It's just we're trying to keep the chat as clean as possible. And once we get through the story, then we can open up and talk about whatever you want. So just keep it till then. I understand it is a bit frustrating to get timed out sometimes when you don't feel like you should have been timed out, but we just kind of time out anything that looks possibly backseaty or spoilery just to keep it as good as we possibly can while we're going through the first time.
Then let me go first.
So,
I'm the guy
apologies in advance, but it's best for everyone if we just keep it as clean as possible for the first playthrough. Then after that, of course, we can talk about anything we want while we're going through our second playthrough. We'll have a whole open chat where we talk about everything, so. Very timely lightning strike, yeah.
Are you okay?
Not really.
What are you?
No. I love just seeing him standing there. Everyone else is like drowning, he's just standing in the water. Also, gotta love that he saves Tifa there. It's honestly a pretty cool addition, I think. Also, Cloud saving himself. Very nice. Some kind of weird Inception crap going on. Just saved himself. 2 hours later. It took him 2 hours to get here. Not sure why that's a thing. Maybe they just wanted to explain why they weren't wet anymore. Also, they wanted to explain that he took 2 hours to go try to find that guy. Yeah.
Do you know the way?
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Following the river should get us back to the village.
We're not going to the village. Can you get us to the reactor?
Sorry, I don't think I can.
I see. Well, we certainly can't send you back alone. You'll be safer with us.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be joining you up front this time.
What?
For your performance review.
You kidding me?
Good luck.
Yeah, I love it. Love the smile. So, there's a ton I want to talk about here. So first of all, I do not like the change with the lightning hitting the bridge. It just seems kind of silly. I think they just wanted it to be more epic. But like, the whole idea in the original is that it's an old bridge because it's been a long time since anyone's come up here to see the reactor, because Hojo's doing goofy stuff in the reactor. So like, the whole idea is like, it's a decrepit bridge because people don't come up here anymore. That's why it breaks down. So like, I'm fine with them making changes when it just makes stuff cooler. But if you're taking away something from the original just to make it look cooler, then that's a bit of a shame. And that's definitely, I feel like you're taking that away a bit by making a lightning strike randomly. Like, that's just a bit silly. Unless they explain that later for some dumb reason. Like, later we find out that someone cast that lightning bolt, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they just wanted to make it look cool. I like the addition of the river and like Sephiroth saving Tifa and stuff, and Cloud saving himself and that stuff. That's great. I also like the addition of him looking for the guy for 2 hours. I always thought it was a bit weird that like the way that they do it in the original is he kind of just immediately says like, well, he's dead. But they do it in a way that makes it seem like he's not heartless. He says like, I know it seems heartless, but we need to keep moving. So they try to position it in a way that like Sephiroth's still being a good guy, but he's just trying to make sure that the most amount of people get out alive. Here, I feel like they did an even better job of making him feel more human by making it seem like he spent 2 hours trying to find him. And then also he's like, Tifa, you know, stay with us. You'll be safer that way. So like, I feel like that scene was in general even better than the original. I just think, you know, the lightning strike a bit silly, but other than that, I think that scene was really good. Time for Uncharted climbing. Yo, thanks, Letter. Really appreciate it. Happy to have you here. We got our save potion bench. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you, Super Secret. Thank you, Bolage. Thank you, Lighthawk. Thank you, Flavored. Thank you, Livestream, for the incredible gifted subs. You're amazing, man. Thank you so much. Reckless and Irridan as well. Mavic as well. Thank you guys very, very much. Really appreciate you. All right, so get ready for the cool thing. Fortitude Ring and Resplendent Bracer are things they made up, but check this out. Revive, healing, wind, all, fire, ice, all, lightning, all. Exactly the same as it was in the original, with the exception of wind instead of earth, because wind didn't exist. But this is exactly what Sephiroth had in the original. I think they're even in the same spots, I believe. So, very cool little detail there. Everything else is different, though. And obviously, his stats are still crazy, but not, like, as insane as in the original. He's also not completely invincible like in the original. Where's my tough ring?
Off you go.
So Sephiroth's retaliation stance took me a long time to get used to. Something about it's just very, like, it's the way that it's a press instead of like a hold. I don't know, it's just an odd, it takes some getting used to.
Watch and learn.
All right. He took his sword out and suddenly the fight was over. Just Sephiroth things. Magnify is just all. It's just their name for all. Which I like better because all materia was always kind of confusing when you were talking about it. If I said I duplicate all materia, you'd be like, wait, all of your materia or the all materia?
There's no way around it either. Just have to go through. Let's not waste any time. Mako this thick is dangerous.
Good lord, that attack just annihilates everything. Why do I feel like Sephiroth's stronger than he was in the demo? All makes more sense than Magnify? Yeah, well, I think the part that's a bit odd... Yo, thanks, Space, really appreciate you. I think the thing that's odd is the description of it. Because it says, allows you to expand the range of spells. And then the upgrades say, like, expand range of linked materia, but that doesn't describe it as well as just saying, like, cure all. Like, cure will now hit all. You have to kind of know what it means, but... I think vocab-wise, it's just a bit easier to say magnify than all. So why not call it expand? Yeah, I do kind of get what you're saying. Magnify almost makes it seem like it's making it stronger. Like it sounds like magnify should be level boost. You know? And maybe it should be like expand or something. This is from, it was called magnify in the remake, so like this is a issue more for the whole series, not just this game, but yeah, I can kind of see what you're saying. So I'll have to quit my HP up. Allows you to use physical and magic attack strengthening spells, D-Brave and D-Faith. So now bravery and faith. So bravery and faith. Could do it instead of ice, but I might need ice. Don't remember from the demo if I need ice or not. Yo, thanks, Solace. Appreciate it, man. Area. Yeah, I kind of like that. Area materia. I guess it's hard to say. Area materia.
A Mako spring.
Look at that smile.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but if we keep using Mako to power our homes, springs like this will disappear, right?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
My dad. And the mayor, if you must know.
Well, screw your dad.
Except
Your
the
dad's
planet's
dumb.
huge. Mako will never run out, right?
Naturally formed
I
material.
like how he doesn't answer that.
And look at the size of it. Astounding. For the Mako energy to condense into something like this, it must have taken an eternity.
Thanks, Quicksilver.
I've always wondered, how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
How did you ever get to be a soldier? To put it simply, the knowledge of the ancients is sealed within each orb. That knowledge not only connects us to the planet, it allows us to tap into her power. That's how we can use magic. Or so they say.
Really? Magic sure is weird.
I know someone who'd be livid to hear you call it weird, or magic for that matter. I can just imagine what he'd say. It's an affront to science.
Who?
Hojo from Research and Development. His predecessor was a great man, but him... he is anything but. We should press on.
Also on Mibdov, why aren't you playing on dynamic? I usually play games on normal the first time through just to get a sense of like what they wanted the balance to be, and then I play through on the harder difficulty afterwards. That's just something I almost always do with my games, especially Let's Plays, but even just casually. It also gives me the incentive to play through the game again. So, just something I enjoy doing. But we will be playing on either dynamic or hard or whatever after this, for sure.
I won't let you down. It's on now.
Nice dodge.
You're done. Steady.
Okay, how does this work again? There we go. Oh, and then I got owned.
Well,
Good lord!
that's that.
It was so strong. Wait. Isn't this where, yep, this is where Gil tosses. Which is such a weird move to have here. I thought that maybe they just included this in the demo just to kind of show off, like, hey look, another thing from the original. It's like so weird that there's spare, of all things, spare change materia here. Oh, someone asked earlier, like, how did I approach the trailers and spoilers and stuff? I watched all the big trailers, and then I like skimmed through the state of play thing. And then other than that, I've watched nothing other than played the demos.
I got this. Now. Get him.
This way.
That was dope. I want to talk a little bit about the trailers and what they spoiled, but later when we actually get to those parts. So I'm kind of curious to hear what people have to say. Duh. There's plenty of people in our community that didn't watch anything or play the demos. Most people played the Nibelheim demo because I told them like it's just the start of the game, like it's not spoiling anything. It's literally what you're playing at the start, so it's more of just a early access, really. So a lot of people played that, but a lot of people did not watch any of the trailers or play the second demo, so they could go in completely new. Which honestly is probably what I would have done if I wasn't the Final Fantasy VII guy and streaming the whole game and making videos on it and whatnot. But I felt like I wanted to at least make a video about the demo, so I kind of already knew I was going to be looking at some stuff. And I wanted to do a video for the first trailer. I didn't do a video for the second trailer because I felt like that was a bit of view grabbing, I guess, because it didn't really show, like there wasn't really much to say, so I didn't want to make a video just for that. I respect my audience too much. But I wanted to make a video about the first trailer, and I want to make a video about the demo, so I kind of just went ahead and did that. But if I weren't making content on the game, I probably would have just watched nothing. Because I don't think the trailers, you know, I was already hyped for the game. I already knew I wanted to buy the game, so the trailers really would just show me stuff that I could instead be more excited about when I played. It's not gonna change my mind as to whether or not I'm buying the game or not, you know, so. No, I didn't do a video for the second demo either, because again, there wasn't like a lot to talk about, and the game was coming out in a week, so. Again, I respect my audience too much to be like, please watch my video when it's all stuff that you're gonna see in a week.
Not again.
Bring it on.
So now we get to learn about the synergy skills, which I'm still trying to kind of decide what I think of them.
All right.
At first glance,
Show 'em what we can do.
I thought they were kind of just busted
Get 'em.
because they don't take ATB. But the more I've played with them, the more I feel like they're just kind of an option for certain fights. And your normal abilities are so dang strong that they're not necessarily... It's not necessarily better just to spam
It's all you.
the combo moves. Now the synergy, what do they call them? Not skill, the synergy abilities or whatever they are. Those are crazy strong, but you have to build up to those, so that's okay. But the synergy skills, which are just free, they did feel a bit OP when I first started playing the demo, but the more I played, the more I realized, like, wow, I was trying to make that jump, and Sephiroth just makes it. Oh, there we go. I was like, oh, I gotta go around, and then Sephiroth just jumped. Oh. I'm the fool. Also, a lot of people missed this materia. Which is precision defense, which is another new materia. Improves the functionality of blocking with perfect timing. So it makes it easier to perfect block, and then actually does damage with perfect block. So this is something I'm probably going to use a lot. Not here, but when I get it in the real game. It's probably going to be one of my favorite materials.
If it's a fight you want,
Let's hurry.
Yeah, well, welcome to YouTube. That's the way it goes. Autocast, so autocast is synergy, I believe, right? Or am I thinking Yes. So this is the replacement for synergy. It just does the same thing as synergy. For those that don't know, they actually fixed synergy in the remake. When remake first came out, synergy was total crap. Wait, is it different? Wait, am I reading it wrong? Why is it different? Allows an ally to automatically use spells with the linked materia when not actively controlled. Oh, so this is just... Oh, okay. This isn't linked to anything you're doing. This is just give it to them and they'll just... This is kind of weird. This feels like it should be a setting, not a materia, almost. You know? Yeah, it's like a gambit, or like a setting you would do in like Kingdom Hearts to be like, go ahead, Donald, cast fire. but instead it takes up a materia slot, which is a bit of a shame, but also if you master it, it gives you plus 2% magic, so I mean, I guess there is that reason to equip it. So it's auto cure, but it can be anything, not just cure. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, it's a bit of a... It's cool, but it's also, like, could have been a setting. I'm really interested in, like, so this game is going to have so much freaking materia that I'm kind of wondering, like, how annoying it's going to be to try to equip all this materia. Like, I'm going to be crying for materia slots the entire game, I feel. I think there's a chest behind these boxes, I believe. Never mind. Just a lot of potions. Here's another thing that a lot of people missed. Ye old comet. Which, in the demo, a lot of people, including myself, put it on level boost so you could get Cometera. But honestly, Cometera, I'm not that impressed with. I feel like regular Comet is kind of better. You can spam it easier. Alright, time for everyone's favorite part. It's vacuum time! Part 2.
Auto gas levels reduced by 20%.
I tried to be smart and open up the door first and go that way, and then I realized that you have to go this way to grab that one. And then this took like 9 minutes during my second playthrough of the demo. I dragged this thing all the way out here just to realize I had to go all the way back.
Reduced by 70%.
I like how they just watch too.
No Mako gas detected. Elevator access granted.
When you start the game, it'll tell you there's like a pop-up that comes up.
Systems
Click, 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 click.
elevator in operation.
I do like the little images of the items. People pointed that out. It's kind of neat. Kind of reminds me of the OG game, because the OG game actually did have pictures for all the items, but you just can't see it in game. But they do exist on the 4th disc. Also, I feel like their level design is really improving already. I love how there's this little spot to jump down, so you don't have to go down the ladder, pick up the thing, and then back up the ladder. You can jump down and then take the ladder up. Just little things like that. I feel like they've improved just the general, like, flow of the areas. But this is the only area I've played so far, so that could be just an outlier.
Up ahead, looks like a way out.
Up ahead, looks like a bouse. When you pick up an item, it's on the right.
Wait.
It's kind of small, you gotta look for it.
What?
Get back.
This way.
You said you wanted to be a hero.
Wish I hadn't.
It thinks we're after materia.
Someone should tell it we're not.
Oh, the jam.
Yes.
Steady. Come on. I gotta keep your guard up. Show them what we can do.
Ow.
Get him.
I don't remember what this does. Oh. This
Show
me.
'em what we can do.
Try to keep it.
Boom!
Try to need to vary your attacks.
Sephiroth.
Stand back.
Stand back.
Already hit the health gate. So health gates are still a thing, but
On me.
I'm wondering if it'll be less intrusive this time. We'll have to see.
Done.
It's one thing that people really complained about in the first game. I didn't hate them as much as other people, but I do think they were a bit frustrating at times. Like, just the timing of them were sometimes frustrating. I think they can be done well, but a lot of times they were not done as well.
Pretty mobile.
Till we knock it down.
Good thing I don't just fight with a sword.
I love that triple slash works in midair.
It's all you.
You're in good hands.
Got it.
Move in.
Copy.
On you.
I won't let you down. Now show them what we can do.
Where's it going?
Sephiroth.
Stand
Take the
back.
lead.
Defense, Cloud.
Oh no, we gotta stop him.
I'm excited.
Such a puppy.
Call him a puppy. That little part of the song is so good right there. That little Genova. We gotta stop him. What are we gonna do, guys?
Don't like the looks of this. Yes, sir. Whoa. That was insane.
Photo op.
Stand back. Might want to steer clear of the gas. I got this.
Throw a comet at him. I think he's dead. I have a feeling.
Got you.
Take it from here.
A slow motion save.
Nice work.
Okay, hold up. Maybe I'm missing something here, but everything you've said makes Sephiroth sound like a stand-up guy.
Well, he was.
And now he's pure evil, trying to kill everyone on the planet. Help me to understand this shit. Tell me something that'll really make my blood boil.
That line is so good. We need that. Unfortunately, not on the stream because PG stream, but we need that for something. We help me to understand. That's like the way he delivers that line is so good.
Oh, I will. I will.
Help me to understand this crap. Oh, this version of the song. Oh.
You wait out here, Tifa.
No way! I want to go too. Please?
Sorry, no civilians. Even if we weren't on a mission.
Come on!
Keep the young lady safe.
Carry on.
Ugh!
Now, in the original, I always conjectured about whether or not Sephiroth specifically wanted him to watch
You
Tifa.
better keep me safe.
Because at this point, he does know Cloud a little bit. In this one, they don't really make any specific, like, mention or there's no, like, additional detail. But it is still an interesting thought.
I really wanted to see the reactor.
Oh man, this build up in the song. Yeah, I was wondering too why I couldn't use Fire Aga, and then it hit me that it's 2 ATB. Even though I had max MP, I didn't have enough ATB to use it. That's something else I should mention also, because I talked about this in the demo. The biggest thing I wanted them to nerf in this game are the Aga spells, because the Aga spells were way too strong in Remake. They were fine, like, casually throughout the game, it wasn't a big deal, but in hard mode and, like, any kind of post-game challenge, whatever, the strat was almost always spam Aga spells. It was just far and above the best thing to do. So I wanted them to, like, nerf Aga spells enough to where they're not just the automatic best thing to do in most circumstances. And I feel like they did a really cool job because they made Aga spells still pretty much just as strong, but they take 2 ATB now. So they still feel strong. It doesn't feel like, oh, these suck now, but they're harder to pull off and harder to spam. So I think that's a pretty good balance change. It would have kind of sucked if Aga spells just were like terrible, and then it would feel like, you know, I'd wasted all this MP for nothing. So I think making them 2 AP or 2 ATB works out really nicely, where they can still be powerful, but they're not like OP. You can't just spam the everlasting crap out of them.
Didn't expect it to be all systems go.
You'd think it'd be running at reduced output, like most last-gen models.
And let me guess, villagers don't have a clue about this.
Knowing Shinra? Of course not.
The company really needs to be more transparent.
Tell that to the president.
What exactly is the problem with this place?
The people in charge.
I like this part a lot.
Are under the jurisdiction of urban planning. This one is overseen by R&D.
Huh. Why do I suddenly have a bad feeling about this?
Whatever you see here, you are not to speak of it.
Oh, I won't.
So that conversation isn't in the original at all, and I love it. I love that it gives a bit more context, and I also love that if you didn't play Crisis Core, you might not know that Sephiroth is, like, really against Shinra at this point. He's about to quit. He's quitting after this mission. So, like, that gives us some context as to, like, where Sephiroth is at with Shinra. So that's really cool. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, the reason the Aga spells were so strong in the original is because of their pressure, and because they only took 1 ATB, you could put down a magic ward, and then have all 3 characters standing in it, and all cast 2 Aga spells, which would then become 6. which would then double to 12. So it got really out of hand really fast. With 2 ATBs, you're only going to get 6 total, because everyone can only cast 2. But with the extra ATB, you could cast 12 Aga spells. And 1 Aga spell was usually enough to pressure something if it was the right element. The reason that Bahamut could get killed in 7 seconds was because of that. So yeah, it was way too busted, unfortunately. Like, it needed some changing. So like I said, it was just unfortunate. Like, there were so many cool things that you could do, but unfortunately nothing was ever going to top the damage of 12 Aga spells. Seven seconds till the end. So this is a really cool exact copy from the original. That's the OG bridge. This is the OG big ladder you go down. Like, this is exactly how it's set up in the original. Get off the ladder, Cloud. The only difference being that the thing is here now, but that's fine. There's no save point here normally. This is the flashback reactor, not first reactor.
Perhaps you'd like to say a few words to your sword first?
Also, that's an awesome, awesome quote. Perhaps you'd like to say some words to your sword first. Specifically referencing Zack there.
Hojo, you are really something.
What are those things?
I would recommend watching my in-depth look at Cloud if you have any questions about that kind of stuff. Long story short, it's thought that he potentially absorbed some of Zack's memories as well during Crisis Core.
The malfunction must be forcing the pods to depressurize. Cloud, go out and shut off the valve.
Copy.
It could also be the truck ride. Yeah, there's multiple possibilities, but... This part's awesome. Love this part. Gotta have the... Square Enix gotta use every part of the controller. Slow minigame. Just love this stuff. Yeah, if you ever have any questions, I have an in-depth look at every single character in the game, and that will help a lot of like just the small stuff you may not have picked up from some of the other games. So feel free to check those out when you have time. Easier than me trying to like regurgitate it now off memory.
What are you doing?
Breaking stuff.
These pods were built for the production of artificial materia. But Hojo repurposed them as incubators, cages for animals, infused with Mako, all to birth a new breed of monster. But key didn't stop at animals. Oh no. There were other subjects. Look.
I love how angry he is here, which we don't really get that inflection in the original. Mr. Smiley. The little Genova.
My mother's name was Genova. Could it be that I was created the same way? Am I the same as these monsters?
Sephiroth.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was different, that I was special, but not like this. Not like this. Am I even human?
Eventually, we went back to the inn. But when we got there, Sephiroth locked himself in his room.
The mayor had been looking forward to having dinner with bona fide soldiers, so he didn't take the news too well.
Why do we
Dad had to
care?
put up with his belly aching for hours afterward.
Why do we care?
Huh?
Must have sucked. But what about Sephiroth? What happened to him?
He left. Didn't tell a soul where he was going.
I believe the idea there is that Tifa remembers that, but Cloud doesn't. So he's like, wait, what's going on? But, the inclusion of the mayor in general really perplexes me because they don't do anything with it. I think the mayor's just kind of dumb. But it's whatever. So what'd you guys think of the Sephiroth freakout scene? Because that was a scene that everyone was really looking forward to and really thought could hopefully be even better than the original. I thought it was pretty good. I, like, wasn't completely blown away or anything, but I think it was done well. I think the performance was good. Pretty close to the original in terms of the dialogue, and getting the voice acting helps, you know. Bring it home, yeah.
I met Sephiroth as he was heading for Shinra Manor, and he acted like I wasn't even there. Busy, I suppose.
I think, like, the actual line that he says when he's like, am I even human, is, like, decent. It's not, like, incredible, but it's good. But I think what really kind of sells the scene for me, like I said before, was his anger with all the other lines. How he's going around slashing stuff, and, like, in the original, he just, like, bangs on one, and then that's it. But, like, everything else in that scene, I feel like worked even better than the original. That's what I liked about it, was everything leading up to the final lines.
He's holed up inside the mansion.
Something's been off ever since he came back from the reactor. Too much exposure to Mako? Then we ought to
Too
bring
much
him
exposure? Why does he say it like that? I got too close to Sin's toxins and,
If you're looking for Sephiroth, I saw him headed